Hey, what's going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another Norwich City news daily video. I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. New week. I'm sure there's going to be loads and loads of news once again, and a couple of friendlies this week as well, which I'm really looking forward to. Stevenage away tomorrow night. Let me know if any of you guys are going. Unfortunately, I can't make it, but definitely going to be listening on the radio or something like that, wherever I can keep updated with it. Anyway, lots of news once again. There's been some stuff over the weekend. There's been some stuff that's happened today, which is Monday. And let's start with the big story. It is Jacob Murphy, and apparently Newcastle being linked with him. I have loads of Newcastle fans follow me. I think it's mainly because one of my most popular videos on the channel is my matchday experience from when we lost 6-2 there. I think that's got like 45,000 views across all of my social medias, but loads of Newcastle fans have been tweeting me saying, is there any truth in the Jacob Murphy links with Newcastle? Is there any truth that Jacob Murphy's coming to Newcastle? And yeah, there is truth. The headline is that Newcastle have bid £8 million for Jacob Murphy. They've inquired, they want Jacob Murphy. I guess the question is now, will Norwich City sell him? Well, every player at this football club has a price tag. We know that. We know we're not in the best financial position. There's clubs worse and there's clubs certainly better off than us. But we are in a situation where we do need to sell to be able to buy. We haven't got an unlimited pot like some teams do. Being a self-funded football club, you're going to have to self-fund it. And that may mean, and it does mean this season, that we're going to have to sell to buy, as it has been for a couple of seasons now. And of course, Jacob Murphy is one of our most valuable assets. He was one of our best players last season, and certainly going to be on the spotlight of many Premier League teams and also Championship teams. But with that, it does bring value and it does bring a high price tag. £8 million for an up-and-coming international footballer is not going to get you what you want. I'm sure Norwich City have listened to the offers, and I'm sure there is truth in the bid. But if you're a Newcastle fan, if you're a Norwich fan, don't worry, Jacob Murphy's not going to be sold for £8 million. I don't think he's going to be sold at all, because I don't think Newcastle will be willing to cough up the money that Norwich City will want. Now, the price that Norwich City want, of course, I don't know. I haven't got many links to the club that is going to be telling me what kind of price we're looking for. But as a fan, I would have thought Norwich City will be looking somewhere in the region of £12 to £15 million for Jacob Murphy. That sounds like an extreme amount of money, but here are the factors. He's young, he's playing good football, he's got bags of potential, he's ripped out for the England under-21s, and he would do it in the Premier League, I think. So when you put all of that together and add in the current transfer market where the likes of Nathan Ake going for £20 million, Lukaku's going for £70 million, ridiculous fees. Clubs have the money. Newcastle are now a Premier League team, parachute payments, all of that good stuff. They would be able to afford the £12 to £15 million. Would they be willing to pay it? I'm not so sure. I think Jacob Murphy's probably safe at Norwich City. But if the bid does come in, don't be surprised if Norwich do let him go. Similar thing with Nelson Oliveira. Now, I think this was Friday night, and I must admit, I was bricking it. I saw this account tweet it out that Reading have bid a sum of money for Nelson Oliveira. Norwich have accepted it. He's on the way to Reading. Now, this account I've followed for a long while, and I knew that the guy used to work for Sky Sports. I think his name was like Pete O'Rourke or something like that. Pete O something. Can't remember his name. And I knew he used to work for Sky Sports. So I was like, okay. I thought he did still work for Sky Sports. So I was like, right, that is a legitimate source, and I am scared. Then, with a bit of research, I found out that he'd been sacked by Sky Sports for some unknown reason, and he now works for like freelancers basically. And this article was on HITC, which is not the most reliable websites. Now, Nelson Oliveira, Reading. It's been rumbling on for a little while. I can remember it in January, I think, that Reading were apparently sniffing about him, and Reading were also sniffing about Jacob Murphy, weren't they? Reading have got money, we know that, and Nelson Oliveira is one of the best strikers in the Championship, whatever way you look at it. So it makes sense for Oliveira to be linked with Reading. I think he kind of fits their bill as well. Big, strong striker, scores goals, lovely, jubbly. Now, once again, I can't see Reading coughing up the amount of money that Norwich City will want. Daniel Farker said every player has a price tag. We already knew that, but he rates Oliveira highly, and he's certainly going to be our first choice striker next season. So with that in mind, there's going to be a premium price on Oliveira's head. There's still years left on his contract. We're not in a position to sell him. We don't have to sell him. So once again, you're probably going to be looking nearer £10 million if you want to get hold of Nelson Oliveira. Are there going to be many Championship sides willing to cough it up, especially Reading? I doubt it. Which case, Nelson Oliveira is probably going to be a Norwich City player when the transfer window shuts. And I hope he is, because I think Oliveira, if kept fit, if kept unsuspended, he's going to be an absolute class player for Norwich City next season. So I hope there is no legitimacy in them rumours. I'm sure Reading inquired and so forth, but I don't think he'll be going anywhere. I hope not anyway, because I rate him very highly. The other news is John Ruddy has finally got a club and he's moved to Wolves. Now, very strange circumstances and really sad circumstances. I'm not sure if you saw, but their first choice goalkeeper, Carl Akemi, or Akeme, I never know how to pronounce his surname, was unfortunately diagnosed with leukemia. Now that is of course absolutely devastating news, and thoughts go out to Carl Akemi, his family, Wolves in general. But it did open up an opportunity for John Ruddy in whatever strange way you look at that and whatever harsh way you look at that. But Ruddy has now got a decent opportunity at a club that have clear potential and clear vision for this season. They've made some incredible signings. Was it Navas from Porto, Champions League footballer? And Ruddy's going there will now be their first choice goalkeeper. That is a decent move for Ruddy. I thought he was going to go to like a West Ham and be the second choice goalkeeper. He's now gone to Wolves. He's probably going to be on a good wage. First choice goalkeeper. That is a really great move for John Ruddy. And I hope he does well. Not too well, because we don't want too much competition for Norwich next season. But I wish Ruddy all the best. Absolute great guy. Done well at Norwich for so long. So big up to him. And finally, Christoph Zimmermann has said that the day he walks out at Carrow Road is going to be the highlight of his career. Already loving the look of Zimmermann. Big, strong, passion for defending. Him and Timmy Close have looked really good at centre-back together. He's clearly rated very highly by Daniel Farke. He's played both pre-season friendlies for the full 90 minutes. So Zimmermann's clearly in Daniel Farke's plans for next season and probably a first-choice centre-back by the looks of things. So big up to Zimmermann, and big up to Daniel Farke, big up to Stuart Webber as well. Big up to everyone. That is today's news. Let me know what your thoughts on Oliveira and Jacob Murphy are. John Ruddy, you surprised he's gone to Wolves or not? And also Christoph Zimmermann, would you like to see him as a first-choice centre-back next season? And if so, next to who? Thanks very much for watching. Hit subscribe. Very close to the new season now. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. I will see you very soon. Peace out.